Hi, I'm Mark Small. This is Civil Discourse Now for August 10th, 2022. Last evening, I heard several people on John Schmitz's show, Mouthwash, they referred to January 6th, 2021, the riots, the insurrection there as an alleged event, as though it didn't occur. I want to set the record straight, real straight. Immediately after that occurred, Micah Beckwith, who's a preacher at a church in Noblesville, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis, said, I talked to God. And God said, Micah, I sent those riots to the Capitol. Now, here's the thing. Micah says he talks to God all the time. So let's consider the possibilities. One, Micah maybe went to a few too many Grateful Dead concerts and is having a residual tripping effect from those events. Didn't see it in his mannerisms. He's rather boring, actually. Micah Beckwith actually talked to God, but misquoted God. Now, if that's the case, we got to have a whole conversation with God about who's the intermediary going to be here. Because if Beckwith can't be trusted to accurately quote the Almighty to everybody about a major event in the United States, this little tiny planet in this huge cosmos, we need to get somebody else in there. Because you can't have somebody saying they're speaking to God and they're not doing it accurately. I mean, Moses kind of like was shaking and quaking when he had to talk to the Almighty back in the Bible. Other people are kind of like, it's not kind of like, oh God, what's happening today? Hey, who do you think's going to win the World Series? No, in 3 years. I really need to know. I mean, it's not like anything like that. It's like a very serious thing. Okay. It could be that he's not telling the truth and he never spoke to God. Now, I would never say he lied. Yeah. Here's the problem. Micah Beckwith chose to invent a story about God speaking to him before he saw the direction that was most preferable. Well, let's see. He sent those riots there. Okay, he sent those riots there. Wait a minute, they're saying now there were no riots? Kind of like maybe you should lie low on the whole thing what God said about those riots. Kind of a bummer when you come out way ahead on things and make a prediction and everything's going the other direction. Let's be clear. If someone's running for political office and says God talks to them, it's not far from them wanting to impose some kind of theocratic rule on us, on you. And the most people, the people who have the most to fear from that are Christians, because this is not the first time in history that you've had a theocratic push by authoritarian Christians who just don't seem to have read much of the New Testament, only those parts they want to. The Revelation, and they highlight those parts. So pages stick together. Anyways, here's the thing. They're going to go with that. They just screwed up an argument for Beckwith. He can no longer question that occurred that day. And by the way, we saw it on TV, and all those people are being, prosecuted who said that they were there. Finally, people are saying it's Antifa or the deep state that did it. No, we talked about doing something. We were going to talk about, we talked about maybe having a rock festival for the 21st after the hubbub for the inauguration occurred and Trump was out of town, we talked about having kind of a festival, someplace where it'd be kind of laid back and everything. But everybody was still hungover from the celebrations following the announcement that Joe Biden had won the presidency. So we didn't do that. Anybody who says that people on the left staged that are goddamn liars. Mark Small, Civil Discourse Now. This is January. It's August 10th, 2022. I'm thinking about the events of January. We're in scary times. I'm a pacifist, and I'll continue to be. Peace. Victory.